Alrighty guys, just out here in that field that we seeded that fall triticale in. And over here it's not as bad. But you see that spot right there at the tip of my finger? That's all pawed out. Those are pawed out spots. Where the deer are coming in and pawing the shit out of the field. I don't know what kind of... Over that way towards the rock pile, it's really bad in through there. I don't know if that's going to cause problems for us with our spring emergence. I'll show you more. At that end, it's terrible. But the reason we're out here got this happened last night. The coyotes got a deer, and by the feet it's a bigger one. It's not a Bambi. By the feet it's not a Bambi anyways. But yeah. Yeah. I noticed there's like 20-30 ravens piled right here this morning when I was feeding cows. So we got our choring done and I figured, okay, told CP I was coming out here and she says, well, I'll come for the ride. Now we got to walk back through this deep snow. But you think it's easy just breaking through and keep on trudging?
What?
Huh.
I didn't ask.
But everywhere, especially down that way, it's pawed out. And on our way back, I'll stop and show you some of the bad spots. But the snow is like 8 to 12 inches deep everywhere out here. So we should have some moisture for spring. Oh, sure, cheater.
Work smarter, not harder.
Okay, we'll get back to the tractor and I'll bring you guys back in a few minutes here. So if you can see that stuff out there, it's all pawed out. I know it's hard to see in the camera, but fuzzy. It's not focusing where the shit. So if anybody that's seeded fall crop before, and if you get a shitload of deer, like yesterday there was a good 50 plus head in this field last night. You see what I'm talking about right there? Is that going to be a problem for my spring emergence on this triticale? CP and I think it will be. We've never seeded a fall crop before, so this will be a first for us. But I guess one way to look at it, there isn't as many deer coming into the yard eating on the bales, but
They're eat. You didn't see the trails.
well, I saw the trails. This end of the field is really bad. Like what you see literally like that right there, it's all the way across the whole field. Right all the way down right to the road. So if anybody out there has seeded fall crop and had a bad deer population in it, let me know what you encountered in the spring. Was it a poor emergence, or did you feel it was a good emergence, or whatever? Just let us know in your comments. And yeah, from that field we have a trail right here. There's a couple. Goes right up to the yard, right into the bale yard. Go Mocha dog, go Mocha dog, go, go. She's starting to walk, she's getting tired. Okay, later guys. Well, there goes Brian, my buddy Brian. He had a bunch of logs that were this size here, basically, like those ones, and he didn't feel like splitting them with an axe, so he brought them at the box of the truck and we put them through the Red Rock 27 ton. Another job done. Give him a hand. Merry Christmas. Not videoing much today, guys, sorry, but just kind of taking a break from it. In fact, I don't know how much of videoing I'm going to do over the next few days. We got to get that windbreak corral over there tore apart. So I'll video that when I go to do it a little bit more. And other than that, we got to get the snow out of that windbreak corral. And I got to get a hold of my barn cam people, because for whatever reason, when I'm in the house, I'm losing connection, and I don't know why. So anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go for today, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Talk to you then. Alrighty guys, well, this is the 6x zoom cam. And I believe I've got it all configured properly. This one mounts just slightly different. It has an inner plate. And it kind of hooks into position. So if I don't drop the plug cord, my plan, get it like that. So it goes on like so, and then you thread, it just kind of hangs there. And to lock it into position, I got to get a Phillips screwdriver and screw that in a little bit. See that? He goes up and that locks it in. I think right here would be a good spot for this one. Quick look back. This is a 6x zoom. And once I get it all locked in, then we'll deal with our cords and get it plugged in. I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, so we've got it all mounted in. Now, plug it in. You saw that little flash of light? There is a little light on this guy too. Now he's just configuring and booting up, I guess, or whatever it is that he does. And there we go. Now all I got to do is go into the app. So for this one, I believe it's called High Cam Pro or Cam High Pro, where the other one it's XMI Pro, and this one is High Cam or Cam High Pro. Just go into the app. So all of these cameras that they sell, these quick look backs, I believe the 6x zoom, so this one, and the 10x zoom, both use the same app. But unfortunately, for the 30x zoom, you got to go into a different app. It won't work. That XMI will not work to run these, and vice versa. So when we get back to the house, I'll see if it's going to work or not. Maybe I can get that other app downloaded onto CP's phone and see how it'll work. Anyway, that's it for today. Talk to you guys later. Morning, everybody. Snowing today. Started here a couple hours. BP can't speak. Started here a couple hours ago. Water tank had a fire in it yesterday, well, last night, and it's not frozen. And that Luther cattle brush, these heifers are just loving that thing. They're really enjoying their time with the Luther cattle brush. So all I got left to do here is friggin' deer. They were in here last night, bastards. Anyway, all I got to do here this morning left is feed the cows out in the bush pasture, and then we'll see what happens after that. It's not cold, like it's warm. It's only minus, what is it? -5, -8, something like that. So it's not cold. And when I talk minus, I'm talking Celsius. Something I want to talk about here. I said I was going to look at getting a feed wagon, and CP and I have discussed it, and having a feed wagon I think would be to a point beneficial if I can get one big enough that'll handle filling all 3 of my feed bunks in one trip. But if I have to make 2 trips, so the one feed wagon I was kind of looking at, it's a Schuler 230 or something like that. I talked to the guy on the phone and I got pictures on it, but anyway, I don't know, is that like 230 bushel or whatever? Anyway, with that feed wagon, what he would do is unhook it. There's no hydraulics on it, no scale. So he would unhook the feed wagon, fill it with his tractor, then hook up to it, and then go out and feed the cows. Okay, great. So we all talk about time and me making trips back and forth, because it's bare minimum of 3 trips to feed my cows, or roughly half hour, 45 minutes. But am I really going to save any time by the time you take the feed wagon to the pile, you unhook, you fill it, you hook up, then you drive out there and unload? Am I saving myself any time? I'll bet you it still could take me 45 minutes if I can do one trip, if it'll hold enough to feed those cows in one trip of this, because this cut feed, it's bulky. It's not like silage where there's a lot of weight. It's bulky, but with that bulk you get a lot of weight. This is dry, so it's bulky, but it's not nearly as heavy as silage. So that's what I'm saying is, will it hold enough product to feed those cows one trip for the whole day. And the only way to really know is buy the machine, bring it home, and then find out it doesn't fucking work. And now what have you got? You got a feed wagon that basically nobody wants in this day and age. So yeah, CP thinks I should get an actual mix wagon. And if we get into making silage, then we have a wagon where we can mix this dry product with our silage and more or less do like a TMR ration. It doesn't have to be a cutter machine, even if it's just a mixing machine. Because we do with the bale processor, we have the ability to shred silage bales if I want. Straight Pipe Acres, he shreds his silage bales, and it seems to work pretty good for him that way. And there's, I don't think, any reason why. I've talked to Jiffy. There's really no reason why I couldn't shred silage bales with my Jiffy shredder. So I don't know what to do. There's lots of different ways to skin a cat. Just depends on how much dollars and cents a guy wants to spend on skinning that cat. Maybe the ideal thing to do is let's make a few silage bales, or get a silage crew in and make a couple 100 ton of friggin' silage, and just see how feeding that stuff out will go, right? So anyway, enough of me jibber jabber. I'm gonna get my cows fed out in the bush, and we'll see what happens after that. Talk to you guys later. Playing in the snow. Hey girl, you gonna go play in the snow? Anyway, what's going on, guys? Well, this water bowl has always been a problem. Well, I shouldn't say always. When I bought it brand new about 8 years ago and installed it, it was great. But 8-year-old bowl, and look here, the sidewall literally rotted completely out. It's done. And I have another base, but this one is 22 inches from this corner to that corner by 14 by 2 feet tall. The other one I got is 14 by 24 by 2 feet tall. So that ain't gonna work. I was thinking I would just take this bowl, because the bowl on the other one is kind of hooched. Take this bowl and convert it onto the other bottom part. But that's not gonna work in this situation. So to get through this winter, because I don't want to have to tear this whole pad apart and rebuild it in the middle of the winter, my plan in this case is literally patch this up, because we're losing a shitload of heat. As you can see, there's a hole right through it. So I got some 2-inch styrofoam to go along the side, just like that. And then this 3/4 inch board to hold it into place, like so. And then we're just gonna tie that with some string, tie that around. That covers up that hole And that should get us through for this winter. And then I'll either buy a new water bowl for here, or that big bastard that's behind my shop, put it here and build another wood heated one for behind the shop. It'll be one of two things happen. So, but for now, this is what I'm doing. We'll see if it's going to work. I don't see why it wouldn't. The bowl is still standing fine. It's just we're losing a lot of heat out the side there. And now this way, as the ice builds up around this, that'll help insulate it better. And we won't lose so much heat. That's the theory anyways. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll get this tied on and we'll see what happens after that. There. So I did have my plywood notched out, same as my insulation, to go over top this. I built this last year, the year before, and it's insulated on the inside of this box, which goes over top of the metal box. So now the plywood go on the box here goes over top and down the outer side. So I had to notch out my styrofoam to fit around that plywood. And initially, like I said, I had it notched out, but then I figured, well, I don't need to have that one notched out. I'll just leave it solid, cut another piece. And the one that I did have notched out, I put it on this side. So it'll just give added insulating factor. There is insulating factor to wood. So on this side, there, that part's done. Don't have to worry about that no more. And I did not download the Cam High Pro app onto CP's phone yet for that other barn camera. So I can't show you guys how it works, but it works. It's been working actually quite nicely. This one, we've been having trouble connecting to it if we run our phone on Wi-Fi in the house. And I think that's our internet. Our Wi-Fi in the house is not great. But when I disconnect from the Wi-Fi in the house, then I can work this camera. So, but that's not the camera's fault. That's my Wi-Fi. That's my internet supplier. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Sure, I got more than enough for a video for y'all. I'm gonna let you go. Have fun. Fun. Let's get her done. We'll catch y'all later.